Hello everyone, this is Ashwin here. In this video, we are going to solve the problem connected cells in a grid. Consider a matrix where each cell contains either a 0 or a 1. Any cell contains a 1 is called a filled cell. Two cells are said to be connected if they are adjacent to each other horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. In the following grid, all cells marked X are connected to the cell marked Y. So here it's Y is connected to all the cells that is marked by X. If one or more filled cells are also connected, they form a region. Note that each cell in a region is connected to 0 or more cells in the region, but is not necessarily directly connected to all the other cells in the region. Given n cross m matrix, find and print the number of cells in the largest region in the matrix. Note that there may be more than one region in the matrix. For example, there are two regions in the following 3 cross 3 matrix. The larger region at the top left contains 3 cells. The smaller one at the bottom contains 1. So here if you consider these 3 ones, it is considered as a region and the number of cells is 3. And here this individual one is also a region, but the number of cells is 1. So we have to print the maximum number of cells. So that is our objective. That is pretty much straightforward to solve. Now for the constraint, the n cross m can go up to 10. So it's in the reasonable range. And for the sample input, here you can able to see these all the ones. If you combine it as a region, it's are all adjacent to each other. So the result will be 5 for this region. The total number of cells are 5, and here there are one separate region, so that will be 1. So the maximum is 5. We will print it, and this is the explanation. All the cells marked as X is considered as a region and Y is another region. So I think it's pretty much straightforward for us to understand how we are going to solve the problem. We are going to just get the maximum out of these cells. Okay, let's dive into the problem. Maybe while coding it, I will explain it how it works. So first, what I'm going to do, define the rows and columns of the matrix, that is the length of row and column. So I will specify R equals len of matrix and C equals len of matrix of 0. So this will give us the row and column, and after that I will specify max cell or cells equals 0. So this is our result we are going to return. So I will go into the main logic. So we are going to iterate this matrix like structure. So I will define a for loop. So for I in range of R and for j in range of C. So inside the two for loops we will define the max cells. So max cells equals max of max cells, comma. I'm going to call a separate function in order to compute these regions. So I will call it as helper function because we are already in the function. Usually we will have some substitute functions. We will call that as helper. So in the helper function, I will pass the index, that is I comma j, with the matrix and the count. That means the count of the region. Initially it will be 0. So I will mark it as 0. And after doing all the operations, we will return max cells. So max cells. So it will call the function helper continuously, and it will process the entire matrix and it will separately calculate these regions. So it will return the number of cells in a particular region if there is any, and the maximum will be stored in the max cells. After that we will return it. Now we have to define this helper function. So for this I am going to define the helper function here, def helper. So here I will use the index I comma j and matrix, and let's say count, that is the number of cells. Now if this is the base case, matrix of I and j not equals 1, so that means if it is 0 or any other number means we will return the count. So return count, and after that if it is equal to 1 means it will go to the next step. So here I will increment count by 1 because we are traversing through this cell, that's why I am incrementing by 1. And I'm going to specify the matrix, that is matrix of I and j equals 9. So if you are visited a particular cell means you have to mark it with some number, right? That's why I'm just keeping it as 9. So I will comment these cases, return if not 1, and here mark the cell as visited by placing 9, and after this we are going to go for the condition. So what I'm going to do is we have to consider all the adjacent cells. Here if you consider this example, it has around 9 values as adjacent cells, both vertical, horizontal and diagonal. So I will use a for loop to iterate through the incremental index. I will say for x comma y in zip of xi comma yi. So this is the increment index, but I have to specify it before using it. So I will specify it here because we have to use it again and again. So what I'm going to do is initialize array of xi with a list and yi with a list. Now we have to specify the ranges. So the adjacent cells can be -1, -1, -1, 0, 0 and 0. Now 1, 1, 1. So this is xi, and for yi it will be -1, 0, 1, again -1, 0, 1, again -1, 0, 1. So if you can able to see the ranges, so -1 will be this cell, the first cell, and -1 0 will be the second cell. Like that it will keep on going for the adjacent cells. So this will traverse all the adjacent cell of the current cell. So the current cell will be I and j. So to traverse to the adjacent cells, we have to check whether it is in the given range, that is R and C. So if 0 less than or equal to I plus x less than R and 0 less than or equal to j plus y less than C. So I'm just checking whether the index are within the matrix or not. Using this conditions, we usually use it in some check function. I'm just using it inside a single function itself, so you can use anything you want. So now we have to go for the count, right? So count equals max of count comma helper of. Now I'm going to actually call the same function. So this is a recursive function. So I will pass the index I plus x plus j plus y comma matrix and the count. So this is the main logic, and after doing this we will return the count, return count. So that concludes our whole logic. So I will quickly explain how this works. So currently I am just in the 0,0 cell, so that is 1, right? So if I consider the helper function, so this is 1, so it will actually increment the count and make this 1 as 9 and visit all the adjacent cells. So in the adjacent cell, if it is 0 means it won't consider, so it will just return the count, and if it is 1 means it will increment the count and keep on calling the adjacent cells. After occupying all the cells in the region, so these all ones will be 9. So maybe I will print the matrix here, so in order to see how this works. So print matrix, I'll just run the code. So it actually passed the test case, and so it is displaying the matrix, but I've just displayed the matrix like this. So what I am going to do is maybe inside this for row in matrix, I will just print the row. So row. So after completing one call to this function, we can able to see how this prints. So here, this is the matrix, the first 4 line. You can able to see, right, all the cells are 9. So here this count will be stored in this count, in this max cells, and after that we will return the max cells. So the recursion, it will be pretty complex to understand if you didn't use recursion before, but it will make your process much simpler because I'm just calling the function again and again, and it's automatically computing my maximum number of cells by itself. So the code is around like 20 lines if you consider, but it has solved the problem. So this approach is almost similar to BFS, that is breadth first search. So the concept is almost similar. We are going in one by one basis, and that's it, guys. Let's run the code now. So it is actually passing the sample test case. Let's submit the code. So yes, we have successfully solved the problem. If you have any other approach other than this means, please leave a comment below. It will be very helpful for the community. Apart from that, if you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe the channel and share this video to your friends if it is helpful to you. I will see you guys in the next video.